images and voices of people who have died.
Hello and a big welcome to Compass for a story of survival and transformation to mark NAIDOC Week. Singer-songwriter Archie Roach survived a turbulent upbringing to become a powerful voice for Indigenous Australians. More recently, he's experienced the death of his soulmate and a life-threatening illness. But, as I discovered, he's transcended these crises with a renewed spirit and a joy for life, and a new album featuring gospel music for the first time.
Well, come on, everybody. You got a song to sing.
Archie Roach is back on the road, promoting his new music.
Go straight backstage and have a rest.
Over the next 2 days, the singer-songwriter will perform 3 concerts in Sydney, backed by a musical ensemble and a gospel choir.
Won't you walk with me down?
Doing this show, promoting my record, it's just such a joy to do, you know.
18 months ago, Archie thought he might never sing again, let alone perform.
Music is a great place to be able to go to if you're lucky enough to have music. I call it, good medicine.
When Ruby left the river, she cried so bitterly.
Archie survived heart-rending loss and life-threatening illness, emerging with his spirit renewed.
I see a bit more clearly now, and everything seems a bit clearer and brighter.
So Archie Roach, welcome to Compass.
Thank you.
You've had a pretty tough old 2 years, but it seems to me you've made a big decision to live, to really live. Is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty right. I couldn't have put it better myself, actually.
Maybe it's almost as if you feel you have a right to joy. You've been permitted.
Yeah.
Which is that's a big moment in life.
That is a big thing to finally say, yeah, I think I have a right to allow myself some joy, some freedom, and freedom to express that joy as well.
Archie Roach had a far from joyful start in life. In the 1950s, he was forcibly removed from his parents' home on an Aboriginal mission in southwest Victoria. He was 3 years old.
I didn't have much time with my family at all before the authorities came and removed us.
Archie's older brother and 4 sisters were taken away too. Archie's parents were told it was so they could be brought up properly by white families.
Then they took the children away, took the children away, the children away. Snatched from their mother's breast, said this is for the best, took them away.
Archie's 1990 song, Took the Children Away, was not only a hit, it focused national attention on Australia's stolen generations and became an anthem for their plight.
Breaking our mother's heart, carrying us all apart, took them away.
I suppose I just like people to know a little bit of the pain, a little bit of the hurt, you know? People just look at Aboriginal people and see one thing, you know? They don't know what we've been through.
Oh, my beautiful child.
Archie never saw his parents again. He was placed in an orphanage and then foster homes.
I was really quiet and I wouldn't say much at all.
Archie was 7 when he was sent to his 3rd foster family, the Coxes in Melbourne, where he stayed. How did the experience of that family mould the person you became?
Well, Dad Cox was a Scotsman, He was a beautiful man, a beautiful family. Mum Cox, she had this face, and you know, it's just love, a loving face. And I had a great relationship with Dad Cox, Mum Cox, and I love him till my last day on earth, you know.
They were strong Christians?
Yes, they were.
Did you believe in a God?
Yeah, I did. I went to church every Sunday, and I love to sing the old hymns, you know, I'm a Christian Soldiers, Old Rugged Cross and things like that.
And it was actually through their daughter Mary, who was about 12 years older than you, that you started really enjoying music, was it not? Mary
encouraged me actually to start playing the organ. That was the first instrument I played. And I was playing organ for a while until I eventually picked up a guitar.
When Archie was 14, he received a letter at school that would turn his world upside down.
Over the intercom, they asked for, could Archibald William Roach please come to the office? And that was odd in itself because I was using my foster parents' name.
Archie Cox.
Archie Cox. So I opened up the letter and started to read it. And the first line said, "Dear brother, Mum passed away a week ago." Well, you know, I thought that my mum and, you know, my mother and my mother and father had passed away a long time ago. I was confused.
Yeah.
So that's when everything started to you know, I don't know.
Unravel?
Yeah, started to unravel.
Archie had grown up believing all his family had perished in a house fire, that he alone had survived. That's what his foster family were told too.
I had no bed, I had no home.
The revelation that his Aboriginal mum had been alive nearby and that he had siblings would catapult Archie on a journey that would change and shadow his whole life.
I felt I was betrayed. Nobody told me that they didn't tell me, or anybody should have told me that my mother was still alive, or my father, and I had brothers and sisters.
It was meant to be.
Penniless, he travelled to Sydney and Adelaide, living on the streets, searching for his Aboriginal family, trying to make sense of who he was.
I had no bed, I had no home. There was nothing that I owned. Used my fingers as a comb.
Yeah, pretty bad. I hit rock bottom, as they say, in Alcoholics Anonymous. Drank, drank pretty heavily. I was only, like 15. And living on the streets, just getting handouts, clothes and food, meals.
These are my children.
It was at this time Archie met the great love of his life, Ruby Hunter.
Like Romeo went to the end. Love story, you won't forget. Why did they destroy love like that?
I was struck by Ruby first because physically she was a beautiful young woman, beautiful big eyes, and we were pretty much opposites, exact opposites. I was very quiet, always quiet. Wouldn't talk much to people. She didn't know who I was, that I was a really quiet fellow or brooding, and nobody talked to me. And she just kept talking, and I warmed to her. I thought she was an amazing person.
This place here is the People's Palace, where Archie and I met.
I didn't know whether to go back to
Archie and Ruby had a shared history. She was also taken from her Aboriginal family and fostered into a white family. Archie recorded Ruby's song, Down City Streets, on his debut album in 1990. And Ruby became the first Aboriginal woman to release a solo album a few years later.
Let my children be, let them free.
So she's a big generosity of spirit.
Yeah, she just had this nurturing spirit. That's why she was such a great mother.
Archie and Ruby raised their 2 sons and 3 foster children and forged a music career together.
Please welcome Archie Roach and Ruby Hunter.
Fighting on the street one day, said I saw a policeman. I come up to me and he did say, "What are you doing, son?"
But Archie was initially a reluctant rock star.
I was doing anyhow, but then he went really on.
I didn't want anything to do with recording, doing albums or the recording industry or being in the spotlight. I said, no, I don't think I'll do an album, Ruby. And that's what she looked at me, well, hands on the hips. It's not all about you, Archie Roach, And she reminded me of who we were and what our responsibility is as Indigenous people. And
it's a big responsibility in a way, isn't it?
It is, but you realise that you never do anything as an Indigenous person for yourself. It's always for your people.
Because it was a great love story. You had quite a few ups and downs by the sound of it, particularly the drink. She really did finally stare you down over that, didn't she?
Yeah, she did, yeah. And she come back one night and said, that's it. That's it, Archie Roach. No more. Said, I don't want to drink anymore. I don't want to live this life anymore. There's got to be something better. And she was the one that envisaged something better, where I couldn't see it at the time. So I had to make a choice. I had to finally decide, I said, what's it going to be? You're going to be the grog, live this sort of life, or your family? I didn't have to think too hard about that. Family won hands down. For the first time I could see Ruby and see my children with sober eyes, and it was a great feeling,
The 8th National Indigenous Music, Sport, Entertainment and Community Awards were held at the Opera House. It was billed as a night of glam frocks and black rock.
Archie and Ruby continued their musical journey, touring national and international stages and winning awards.
Among many other entertainment awards, Album of the Year and Best Male Artist went to Archie Roach.
I give thanks to my people. I give thanks to the old people of this land here. And I'm thanking because the old spirits are here in the house with us tonight.